And then we have 4.5% simple interest. So what's that one? Yeah, they confuse you. They try to confuse you here by using, say, pays 4.5% simple interest. The interest is how much you're trying to find out. This is actually, it's a percent, so it's a rate. It's R. He keeps the money in the account for 3 years. So what's that? T, good. You barely see that, but yes. And then we want to know how much is in the account after 3 years. So we want the total balance. So we're going to have to find I, and then we're going to have to add the I back in. So that's what we're trying to find. I'll give you a second to see if you can, well, no, I better do this first one. Okay, so it's I equals principal, which was $1,200, times rate. Now remember, back when we were talking about rates up here, there it is. Rate is supposed to be expressed as a decimal. It's not. It's almost always given to you as a percent. Oops. So does anybody remember or know how you change a percent to a decimal? You divide it by 100. Or you move the decimal 2 places to the left. Same thing. For some reason, usually saying dividing it by 100, something you type in your calculator, makes people do it correctly. So what does this end up becoming? 4.5 divided by 100.
0.045?
Yep, 0.045. Excellent. So I equals P times R times T. And what's T? 3 years. And it's supposed to be in years, so we're good there. So that we just plug into our calculator. It's money, so if there's any rounding to be done, we round to 2 decimal places. So what'd you get for the interest, Gwyneth?
162.
That is absolutely right. But that's not our final answer, because the question is how much is in the account after 3 years? If you put $1,200 in a savings account, you don't do anything to it, and then you end up with only 162 in there, I'd be mad. So how do I figure out how much we have now?
Add 162 to 1,200.
Yep. Take the balance you had before and add 162. So now, after 3 years, we have $1,362. Now, people will get upset and be like, well, that's not very much money. Yeah, but it isn't like you did anything to earn that money. It is true. It's not a lot of money, but putting money in there and leaving it alone is earning you money without having to do anything. Plus, based on the way percentages work, the more money you put in there, the more money you end up getting. So if you could add more money to it, it's helpful. Question. So the next one. This one's asking us for a different part. No, it's not. I lied. How much simple interest does $2,000 earn in 7 months at an interest rate of 5%? So I want you to write down all the parts that we know, and then put a little question mark, maybe by the ones or one we don't. Okay. What'd you write down for the interest, Angela?
I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's nothing. We don't know. That's what we're looking for. What's the principal, Gwyneth?
2,000.
2,000. Oops. Angela, what's the rate?
I don't know. I was trying to get the time.
Oh, well, which number up here it says is the interest rate?
In the 0.005.
Yeah, it's 5%. I think it's 0.05 actually. And 5 divided by 100 is 0.05. Yeah. And then what was the time, Gwyneth?
7 months.
7 months. But it's in months. It's supposed to be in what?
Days.
Not days, years. So and out of months, how many months are there in a year?
12.
12. So it's 7/12 of a year. So we just put 7/12. Now, if I try to change that to a decimal, it's a repeating decimal. So I'm just going to leave it as 7/12.
Will it not work out if you use a repeating decimal?
It will. You just better put it in there with quite a few decimals. Don't, just use a couple of decimal places. Okay, so the formula is I equals PRT. I is what we're looking for this time. P is 2,000. Rate is 0.05. And the time is 7 divided by 12. And you can write it just like that, 7 divided by 12. Again, it's money.